Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 2025 Hiroshima Business Forum for Global Peace. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Miho Todoroki, and I'll be your MC for this forum. I look forward to guiding you through the program. The Hiroshima Prefecture government has been organizing this forum to facilitate multifaceted discussions on the relationship between business and contributions to peace, and to share the insights gained here with the world. The year 2025 marks a significant milestone, which is the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombing and the end of World War II. This year, we are pleased to co-host the 9th edition of the forum in partnership with Nikkei Inc. In addition, we have established an executive committee, EC, for this forum with Mr. Takeshi NIINAMI, chairman of the Japan Association of Corporate Executives, serving as chair. We are honored to welcome business and economic leaders from around the world, and we have planned sessions in collaboration with globally renowned business schools and strategic consulting firms. We kindly ask for your continued participation, whether here at the venue or online, throughout today and tomorrow. Thank you very much for being with us. Next, I would like to invite the governor of Hiroshima, Mr. Hidehiko Yuzaki, who's also the chair of the Hiroshima Organization for Global Peace. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. My name is Yuzaki of Hiroshima Prefecture. I would like to thank you for joining us at the 2025 Hiroshima Business Forum for Global Peace. This year's forum marks the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombing and the end of World War II, a significant milestone. In these increasingly uncertain times, the purpose of this forum is to inspire corporate action by deepening our understanding through collaboration with global leaders, companies, organizations, and media of how economic activity influences peace and how peace forms the very foundation of economic property. Allow me to express my sincere gratitude to the Executive Committee, chaired by Mr. Takeshi NIINAMI, chairman of the Japan Association of Corporate Executives, for their outstanding leadership. I would also like to thank our co-host, Nikkei Inc., our media partner, the Financial Times, our session partners, and the many distinguished speakers who have made time to be with us today. I also would like to appreciate the former Prime Minister, Mr. Kishida, to come to join us during his very busy schedule. Well, global community today faces numerous challenges that threaten the realization of peace. To confront these, we must transcend borders and sectors and foster mutual trust anchored by peace as our shared foundation. In regions where peace has been lost, it becomes painfully clear without peace, economic activity cannot survive. At the same time, initiatives by the business sector to address global issues can greatly contribute to building and sustaining peace. We need a positive cycle, one in which peace enables sustainable societies and business helps to further promote peace and sustainability. So this positive cycle is really important. Hiroshima's remarkable recovery after the atomic bombing offers a powerful example of positive cycle of peace. 80 years ago, Hiroshima was devastated. Yet, from the ruins, it rose again into a city full of life and greenery. It stands today as a symbol of peace, radiating hope for the future free of nuclear weapons. The city's rapid recovery, seen in the resumption of streetcar service just 3 days after the bombing, and the restarting of water pumps on the fourth day, it was made possible by the tireless efforts of its citizens, including many survivors, and by the perseverance of local industries and businesses, which played a central role in construction. In today's complex world, the business community has an even greater responsibility to mobilize its resources in support of peace. It is in this spirit that we gather here in Hiroshima, a city uniquely suited to host a forum on peace and business, to engage in forward-looking dialogue. Since its launch in 2013, this forum has grown steadily. Now, it's ninth edition. The theme this year is the role of business leaders, the future of peace, sustainability, and technology. Over the next 2 days, we will explore a range of critical issues facing society today. The growing instability of the current capitalist system, the rise of transformative technologies like generative AI, and the emerging international new order. All examined through the essential lens of peace, we will also turn our attention to Hiroshima's evolving role as an international center for peace and its continuing commitment to a world free of nuclear weapons. I sincerely hope that this forum will generate fruitful dialogue that encourages economic activity as a driver of a peaceful and sustainable society. In closing, I hope this forum plays a meaningful role in advancing peace through the power of business. Thank you once again for your presence and participation.
Today, we have an honor of having many distinguished guests, including His Excellency Nakamoto Takeshi, Speaker for Hiroshima Prefecture Assembly, and thank you so much for your attendance. On behalf of the guests, we have a speech by former Prime Minister of Japan, His Excellency Kishida Fumio. Well, thank you for your introduction. I am Kishida, former Prime Minister of Japan. The 2025 Business Forum for Global Peace is now being held in Hiroshima, and I would like to send my congratulations for the successful hosting. Hiroshima Prefecture, as well as Hiroshima Organization for Global Peace, or HOPE, and the Nikkei Inc., and the media partner Financial Times, and other collaborating partners. I would like to pay my respect as well as the congratulations for all of you who made a lot of efforts for hosting this event today. Well, as part of the background of hosting this forum, we still see the international world with division and conflict, but we have a hope to bring peace and then build a sustainable society. And in order to do that, it is very critical to use the wisdom and experiences of the business world. And this year marks the 80th year since the atomic bombing as well as the end of World War II. So I think this is a high timing that we can host such forum here. In 1945, in summer, Hiroshima suffered a devastating damage because of the atomic bomb. And then after that, the national government supported the reconstruction with the various laws and acts, as well as continuous efforts of the survivors. Now we can enjoy the beautiful city of Hiroshima today. In 2023, in Hiroshima, Hiroshima became the host of G7 summit. And it's a place you are staying here. The Grand Prince Hotel Hiroshima was really the main venue for G7 summit in 2023. And the reason we decided to have this in Hiroshima is because back then there was more and more uncertainties and confusion in the international society, including Russian invasion in Ukraine. And we wanted to use Hiroshima as a place that reborn as a city, and we wanted to have all the people gather here so that we can maintain open and free international order to protect the peace and prosperity. And it was our hope that there's a fruitful discussion using the wisdom of human being. And then we wanted to communicate the determination to the world. And we needed a stage for such international conference. And it was our mission as the host country to select the best venue. As a result, the head of the international organization as well as head of states from G7 are gathered here in Hiroshima, and they also saw the realities of the damage caused by atomic bombing. And then we were able to have a declaration from this place. And I believe that there was a historic significance in that summit. When you look at the reconstruction from the atomic bombing in Hiroshima, it is inevitably we also need to talk about the prowess of economic recovery. As the governor mentioned just now, within a couple of days from atomic bombing, power, railroad trains, as well as water supply, these basic infrastructures started to function and supported the daily lives of the people, and the industries followed and supported the reconstruction of Hiroshima. The manufacturing which Hiroshima is very proud of started to have stepped forward right after the war. And near this hotel, there is a Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. Right after the war, in November 1945, right after the war, they started the shipbuilding yard. And Mazda also started producing the three-wheel truck in December 1945. It's only within 4 months after the atomic bombing. So these are the example of reconstruction of Hiroshima. And I believe that these examples are the one that can give hope for people in the regions and countries suffering conflicts. At the same time of the G7 summit, we had an exhibition called Pride of Hiroshima as a story from the business perspective to talk about the reconstruction. And the industries in Hiroshima also sent a message to support Ukraine, and they did a very creative exhibition. And since last April, we have an exhibition in the facility in Hiroshima. But these evidence, as well as the proof of reconstruction of Hiroshima, will definitely be a ray of light of hope for people who are suffering from conflicts and wars today. And this time, we are going to talk about the contribution to peace building with multi-stakeholder engagement. And as I understand that you are going to have the Hiroshima Declaration to support that. We live in a world of uncertainties, but people here gathered here today I hope that you will have a good discussion as the leaders about the business and peace, and having declaration is really special. Peace as a foundation for business and business to build and maintain peace. I think this good cycle of these two elements is very important, as shown by Governor Yuzaki, and I strongly endorse that idea. As we become more and more globalized, it is important to have a stable international relations. The world economy prospered based on this, but now we are at the crossroad. People in business here today for peace in Hiroshima, and I hope that this declaration from Hiroshima today will be shared by the leaders in Japan and internationally, and hope that this concept under the declaration will permeate through the world so that the leaders around the world remember the importance of peace and also start to have an action from their point of view. And I will continue to strive toward peace building as one of the leaders in the political world. I hope that you will have a fruitful and deep discussion in this forum so that the peace through business will find some breakthrough. And I hope that you will have the momentum to turn them, momentum as well as the determination to turn them into the actions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kishida, for your remarks. Next, we would like to invite the chair of the Executive Committee to deliver his opening remarks. Please welcome to the stage who is the chairman of the Board of Directors, SUNTORY Holding Limited, and representative director of the Japan Association of Corporate Executives, Mr. Takeshi NIINAMI. And the Executive Committee members are to be seated. Good morning, everyone. And I thank you very much for your kind introduction. I'm the chair of the Executive Committee. My name is NIINAMI. And I thank you very much for joining us today at the 2025 Hiroshima International Peace and Business Forum. As chair of the Executive Committee, I would like to offer a few opening remarks. First and foremost, the forum would not have been possible without the leadership of Governor Hidehiko Yuzaki. I would like to express my sincere appreciation and heartfelt congratulations to Governor Yuzaki. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Executive Committee for their invaluable contributions in organizing this forum. Allow me to briefly introduce them. First, former U.S. Ambassador to Japan, Mr. John Roos. He was the first American ambassador to visit Hiroshima. And It was through his efforts that President Obama's historic visit to Hiroshima was realized. Next, Senior Advisor and former President and CEO of Standard & Poor's Global, Mr. Douglas Peterson. Mr. Peterson has long served as a bridge between Japan and the United States, and we regularly turn to him as one of the most knowledgeable and trusted voices on Japan in the American business community. Thank you very much. Then, currently the quite famous university, which is Harvard University. Dr. Megan O'Sullivan is from that Harvard University, the director of Welfare Center for Science and International Affairs at Harvard Kennedy School. Dr. O'Sullivan serves as chair of the North American group of the Trilateral Commission, founded by David Rockefeller after World War II. She is one of the world's leading experts in geopolitics. She also served as Deputy National Security Advisor for Iraq and Afghanistan under Bush administration. Last but not least, Dr. Kazuo Suzuki, Director of the Institute of Geoeconomics at the International House of Japan. Dr. Suzuki is also a professor at the Graduate School of Public Policy at the University of Tokyo and is widely recognized as Japan's foremost authority in the field of geoeconomics. Once again, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of them. As mentioned by the former Prime Minister Kishida and Governor Yuzaki, today the world is facing an unprecedented degree of complexity and uncertainty marked by the U.S.-China rivalry, the war in Ukraine, and instability in the Middle East, and growing geopolitical tensions in the Indo-Pacific region, including Japan, and especially in one country, I'm not going to mention the name, which is taking the unilateral action. Among these challenges, the nationalism and country-first policies, particularly in the country, has further deepened global uncertainty. We really have to stop that split and conflict. Well, this climate of uncertainty is driving many countries to prioritize self-preservation, shifting their focus toward military buildup and strengthening defense capabilities, even sparking renewed debates over nuclear armament. I find this a deeply concerning development. At this historical turning point, we must ask ourselves, what direction should the world take to secure peace, which is the very foundation of all economic and social activity? As Governor Yuzaki mentioned, or he actually advocates for ESGP. I think that holds huge, profound significance. Global stability cannot be achieved by military strength or defense capabilities alone. More importantly, we must build unbreakable interdependence between nations, relationships that serve as a powerful deterrent against conflict or war. To build such relationship, as mentioned by the former Prime Minister Kishida and Governor Yuzaki, the role of the economy is critical. Interconnected economies through trade serves as vital links between nations. Well, it is true that some argue globalization and free trade have contributed to rising inequality. That may be partially true. However, rather than rejecting free trade, we must work together to upgrade and evolve it through collective wisdom. I think this is really the time to take actions. Well, even as WTO continues to face dysfunction, We must leverage frameworks such as the high standard CPTPP, the RCEP, Center of the Trained, and the Quad that Prime Minister Kishida promoted hugely. Which involves US, Japan, Australia, and India. While securing economic security is a priority, we must also resist the fragmentation of global trade and strive to expand the circle of free trade. Once again, I believe Japan should take lead in it. But at the same time, we must also consider the role of artificial intelligence. Rather than viewing AI solely as a threat, we should focus on how we can harness it to benefit society. AI, if left unchecked, could pose risks to humanity. But just as humanity has, through the IAEA and the NPT, achieved both the peaceful use and non-proliferation of nuclear energy after World War II, I believe we must now exercise similar wisdom to create international frameworks for the peaceful use of AI. Through this forum, I hope we can engage in a meaningful discussion on how to build peace through international cooperation across borders and through public-private collaboration. Well, finally, here in Hiroshima, a city that experienced the atomic bomb 80 years ago and has since achieved a remarkable recovery, I believe it holds deep significance to re-examine the meaning of international cooperation. Over the next 2 days, sessions will cover a wide range of topics, from the global economy and AI to sustainability and nuclear issues. All of these are challenges that cannot be solved without international cooperation. And it is precisely because these discussions are being held in Hiroshima that they will send a powerful message to the world. Let me emphasize that Hiroshima Declaration and this forum are not the goal, but the starting point for further action and dialogue. Let us make this forum a platform for building a renewed system of international cooperation and send a strong message to the world from here in Hiroshima. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. NIINAMI. Now, as we start the forum, we will have the Hiroshima Declaration adopted by Governor Yuzaki of Hiroshima and members of the Executive Committee. But before we do, Governor Yuzaki will give us the explanation of the declaration. So allow me to give you the overview of the 2025 Hiroshima Declaration. The international society faces many global-scale challenges that prevent the realization of peace. To address the global challenges, it is essential for countries and sectors to come together, building a foundation of peace based on mutual trust. Additionally, the business sector can contribute to the creation and maintenance of peace by addressing global challenges. We need a positive cycle between business and peace by promoting more peaceful and sustainable society, and also by building such society through business activities. We are faced with the fact that business is not viable without peace. With this background, it is even more important today to understand that peace is not something given to us, but it is the foundation that we need to establish, nurture, and protect from the economic perspective. And based on such understandings, the environment is now internalized as part of corporate activities, as reflected in the trend of PRI and ESG. It triggered new action guidelines and business opportunities. And similarly, peace needs to be viewed as an internal element of corporate activities. Internalization of peace will expand the business opportunities, and it will also allow companies to contribute in building a stable society where sustainable business can be achieved. The primary objective of the 2025 Hiroshima Declaration is to accelerate contribution to peace through business activities to advance global movements from ESG to ESGP, environment, society, governance, and peace. And ESGP will be a guiding banner for multi-stakeholders, including those in business and economy, to act in a way to contribute to peace and stability. The Hiroshima Declaration includes the actionable guidelines focusing on 5 stakeholders in business who have different approaches. Our basic needs for living and dignity as human beings need to be secured to support stability and prosperity, which are necessary for peace. It is vital for multi-stakeholders such as business sectors and business organizations, investors, national and local governments, academia, think tanks, and NGOs, as well as consumers, to collaborate and work together. The Hiroshima Declaration proposes business sectors and business organizations to contribute to peace through corporate activities and develop business models to identify business opportunities from challenges in pursuit of peace. And it is necessary to solve problems by identifying the business opportunities out of challenges and build business model based on innovative technologies and ideas. Next is investors. The declaration proposes investors to invest in by keeping peace in mind in addition to ESG. In addition to ESG investment, we emphasize it is important to have ESGP with peace added in the making conscious investment decision by focusing on how corporate activities are contributing to the promotion of peace and avoidance of conflicts, and using those perspectives as evaluation standards. National and local governments, the proposal for them is the implementation of initiatives to accelerate contribution to peace in business community. We propose national government to facilitate rulemaking domestically and internationally, including ESGP. As for the local governments, we propose them to work on stability and prosperity of local communities to realize a peaceful and sustainable society. For academia, the declaration proposes them to play a role to introduce new concepts, monitor initiatives, and raise awareness. They play an important role in formulating a new set of values or frameworks to establish a peaceful and sustainable society. At the same time, it is necessary to provide scientific evidence through policy monitoring and evaluation based on data so that the governments and companies can make decisions. And the last stakeholder is the consumers, for whom we propose sustainable consumption behaviors with consideration for ESGP. We encourage every consumer to consume sustainably and stay conscious of peace, so that consumers truly understand such behaviors will eventually lead to the peaceful and sustainable society, and they act accordingly. We propose consumers to choose ESGP-friendly products and fair trade and behave ethically. I'd like to take a moment here to share the endorsement by the Honorable Professor Philip Kotler. He was widely recognized as the father of modern marketing, and he gave the keynote speech at 2016 World Business Conference for World Peace here in Hiroshima. And let me quote, "The Hiroshima Declaration is a dramatic appeal to the world's population to support world peace and never allow nuclear weapons to ever be used against any human beings." I deeply appreciate the powerful message from Dr. Kotler, and his message is really empowering for us. And ladies and gentlemen, especially those in business communities, we hope you agree with the declaration and join us in showing the support. We plan to change Hiroshima Organization for Global Peace Hope from a private organization to a corporation in December this year. so that they can continue to serve as an aggregator of peace-related resources and expand their activities furthermore. At the end of this forum, I will have a closing with Mr. NIINAMI, a chair of the executive committee, and I look forward to discussion exploring what we can do based on the Hiroshima Declaration. The sessions in this forum will help us think how we can collaborate with multi-stakeholders to realize a peaceful and sustainable society through the Hiroshima Declaration, as well as the new concept of ESGP. Thank you. And now we will have the Governor Yuzaki and the members of the Executive Committee to sign the Hiroshima Declaration. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please sign the declaration. The 2025 Hiroshima Declaration is now adopted. Thank you. Now we would like to have some time to take pictures. And Governor and members of the Executive Committee, if you can come forward to the front of the stage. Thank you very much. So this concludes the adoption of Hiroshima Declaration as well as opening speeches. Governor Yuzaki and the members of the Executive Committee, please come down from the stage and have a seat.
ありがとうございました。